I got a bunch of supplies behind me here. Everybody coming on in. So, this is the first time I've ever done a sponsored show. Wish us all luck, you guys and me. I have a notepad, I have a pen. My writing is seldom legible. Let's hope tonight is better than average. We're going to do a little chit chatting primarily about shipping. I do have some sponsors. Oh, I'm supposed to pin those. See, I don't know diddly. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Wow. I see. Let's see. Open on the computer so I can see. I will pin them. I will figure this out. I will win. The app will not win. Hope I'm not making you too dizzy bouncing that thing around. Man. 16 people in there. Hee haw. Okay, so I'm supposed to do this like this. I'm supposed to go to the Buy It Nows. I have some Bless the Chats in there, and I have those bloops in there. I'm doing sponsored giveaways. They're $5 Starbucks cards, and the sponsoring is at 15. That gives me some ka-ching to be able to mail them and put a little bit in the mystery deals fund for taking a couple hours out here to try and help if anybody's got any issues with shipping and see if we can help each other. So I'm going to use the computer, the tablet, and the phone. Oh, and I have another phone. Hopefully, between all of these devices, we can help each other. Retail Rebellion, thank you for sharing the stream. That's awesome. Um, we'll take all the help we can get. I'm kind of waiting to see if we get a few more people in here. I see we got about 15 at the moment. Oh, it says I have a poor connection. Isn't that freaking lovely? Oh yeah, it's slow on the computer. Let's try this. I'll turn on the Wi-Fi and see what happens. Wow, talk about delayed. How is it now? Are we caught back up? Holy buckets. Did the Wi-Fi not connect? Have a good one. Well, is the audio coming through okay? Cool. So I guess, as I said, I've not done one of these on my own before like this. You can see me and hear me. Good. I can hear me too. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to try and be more concise than usual with my answers. You know, I can go down a rabbit hole with the shipping thing because I've been baked by it and I've had blessings by it. It's gone both ways. So hopefully we can make this a little better for everybody. I will tell you all that you know everybody's shows are different. Everybody's products are a little different. Even if you're selling the same thing, sometimes you have, you know, like if you're doing like me, I have a lot of clothes. You know, I might sell a dozen shirts and throw in a couple of hoodies. If I'm only going to sell one or two hoodies during the whole show, I can probably get by with staying in the same light category. But if the same person gets both hoodies and that's all they ended up getting, then I'm still safe. However, if the same person gets both hoodies and six shirts, now I have a problem. It won't fit. So that's one thing that's got to be considered is, you know, how much can I actually fit in a box? If you're doing a lot of jeans, you want to put less in a box than me. They take up more space. I like to use this beauty right here a lot. This is free from the post office, and it costs $9.21 to use it. And I can put whatever fits in the box up to 70 pounds for $9.21. That's what the customer pays. That's an awful lot of stuff. 12 by 12 by 6 on the outside, uh, 12 by 11.75 by 5.5 on the inside. You got a lot of stuff in there. Um, you can get up to 70 pounds in there too. That's nice. And the post office, I don't have to pay for the boxes. That comes free from the post office. Oh, and on the sponsored things, I think on the sponsored things, good night, Jamie. Have a good one.
Monday.
Yep. And you don't have to lock that outside door.
Okay.
Thank you. Everything shuts down around here at 5 o'clock in my brick and mortar, including Monsters Inc. That's also a residence in my store. So there they go to have a good weekend, and here I am to spend a couple hours with you guys. On the sponsored giveaway things, I think what that does is we get a 5 minute time slot while the givey is running, to do a co-host and have more direct interaction, a little easier to hear back and forth that way. That's what I think. Let's see here. Hold on. Trying to see if there's any more messages of anything. I'm also looking to see if a couple of people are here that I was thinking about modding, and I don't see them in here yet. So just what should the amount of items and weight be on each one? Hey, Foxy Peanut, just a second. So you guys see Ashton's comment right above mine there? So Ashton is local to us. And I used to live up here a long time ago, and Ashton's dad used to do some maintenance stuff, and he saved my behind on a couple of things in the past. Good folks right there. And Ashton mentioned that he was doing some fishing on the Canadian border, and he caught some sturgeon. And there's a slot where you can keep it and smoke it. And that young man right there, Ashton, he deserves hearts in the chat. He brought me a steak, a smoked steak of sturgeon, the first sturgeon I've ever had in my life this afternoon when he picked up the gift card that his wife won. And let me tell you, we're hoping that he catches another sturgeon or two and shares a little more, because holy crap, was that good. I let the ladies from Monsters Inc. try too, because we all do better when we all do better. So I shared, and they were equally in love. That was amazing, Ashton. Thank you again for that. Made our day. That was just friggin' amazing. And now back to Foxy Peanut. When setting shipping profiles such as small, medium, large, what should the amount of items and weight be on each one? So part of that depends on what you're selling and what you want to put in a box. Are you trying to use a flat rate box? This is the largest flat rate. This is the medium flat rate. And this silly little thing here is the small flat rate. So Foxy Peanut, with that in mind, the more value you give your customer, meaning the most you can fit in a box, in my opinion, is the best. I try and get it so everybody has a full box this size for their shipping fee. Is that what you're wanting to use, or are you wanting to use your own packaging, or what are you thinking? Well, I should turn some music on. Okay. Then some of that depends on what size packaging you're using. But first of all, why do you want to use your own packaging? And the reason I ask you that is because packaging from the post office is free. Okay. That's cool. Reusing the boxes is good. I do that. Everything from little Amazon things to medium-sized Amazon boxes. I think that reusing, recycling is good. Then up to the contract price, as you know, is $9.21 for up to 5 pounds. And that also has a limit of 12 by 12 by 12 for dimensions. So that would be like two of these stacked up, 12 by 12 by 12, two of the large flat rates stacked up. That's 9.21. So you have to figure out that you have to do some math, get your scale. I have one behind me here. Tape gun. Don't go to work without a tape gun. I have a scale sitting back here. That's a shipping scale. You'll want to know what your items weigh and how many of them you can fit in the box. That's 12 by 12 by 12 or smaller. And that's how you're going to have to base your shipping profile. If you put more than 5 pounds in, so then is it better to list each item individually or do the shipping profiles? Well, I can tell you that I know of 2 sellers on here who do not bundle shipping. They sell higher end clothes. It costs $9.21 for each item you buy additional to ship it. They don't bundle. One item, one shipping fee. So if you pay $40 for the shirt, you're paying another $9.21 for the shipping plus tax on that. If you're selling things that have that much value that you can justify charging the customer, $9.21 for shipping a single item, then got a second, a single item, then by all means do one by one. I would love to be able to do one by one, but my business model doesn't allow that. I'm selling a lot of Target clothes, a lot of Sam's clothes, a lot of this sporting good stuff that's t-shirts and things. If I try and charge a shipping fee for each one, it wouldn't go. I don't. Shipping profiles is it is. Yeah, I get it. I mean, and if you're blessed with a bunch of high value stuff that you can justify doing it, one box, one ship, I would suggest doing it for the ease of being able to ship. But if you can do, say you can do your whole show and everything in your show fits in one box, one item for the whole show. At the end of the show, you can push print labels and packing slips, and all of the labels and packing slips for the whole show will spit out of your printer, and you stick everything in the boxes one by one, and you're done. Simplest way to do it. It's wonderful. It's happened to me one time. If you have anything that's different, then profiles it is. Profiles makes it a little bit more work, but say you sell 3 different profiles during your show. You've got small, medium, and large, your example there. When you number them, if they're not quality listings, if you're just doing small 1, small 2, small 3, and so on, have a separate table to put them on. So all your small ones through whatever go on one table, mediums on the next, and large on the next. Then what I do, and it took me a while to learn this, is before you put a label on anything, you take all of the orders for each customer and you put them together on a table in their own piles and make sure that everything fits in the boxes they're supposed to fit in. Sometimes you might have to do a little bingo. If you can do a little bingo with existing boxes, you save yourself having to unbundle and bundle, which sometimes could cost you more money. So profiles it is. When you do your profiles, I would suggest that your first item, if your items weigh 10 ounces, you might want to call your first item a pound because you have packaging to consider too. So let's see. I don't remember the weight of the box. Let me look. So the flat rate box, the large flat rate box comes in at right around 8 ounces. By the time you add tape and a label, 8 or 9 ounces. So if you do your first item and it's 8 ounces and you didn't allow your first item 1 pound, 4 different weights, and they didn't bundle, what did I do wrong? Did you do them as profiles by, or let me finish the other, what I was just saying first, and I'll come back to you by from Maria. If you put it at 8 ounces and you're planning on using flat rate and you've selected flat rate, but you didn't allow for the weight of the box, now you're only shipping 8 ounces, it's going to default that item to ground. If you only sell that one item to that one customer, you'll have to ship it in a different package with a ground label. So that's why you always want to make sure your first item, what I do is make sure that my first item, unless it's really small stuff, hits that 1 pound rate so that I always automatically get a flat rate label. That's what, and by the time you add the weight of the item and the weight of the box, you should be at about a pound anyway if you're selling normal clothes. I had 4 different weights and they didn't bundle. What did I do wrong? I don't know. Did you do profiles by from Maria? I have no idea. I cannot answer that. I don't see Goliath in here yet, or Turtle Lovin' or anybody. Is Turtle Lovin' or somebody else from the Raiders here that can mod? Lynn Dub says yes for 30 days. See, I has helpers. Lynn Dub, are you able to mod for me if I tag you? I know Goliath was going to be here, but I don't know what time. You're allowed to if you can. That'd be great. I can. Never done it. Well, it's worth a try. I think I just pack a box for you yesterday too. I think I did. Yep. Thank you. It was nice. Sure, I want to allow. It asked me if I'm sure I want to allow. For anybody who doesn't know, a moderator can boot people out of your show. So if it's not somebody you feel you can trust, don't let them do it. And so far, I got all pretty good customers and pretty good people in the Raiders. So I'm willing to take my chances. Let's see, I got to go back to where we were at. So as far as the 23. So let's see. That means that you bought that. Okay, let me figure out how to do this now. Just a second. Okay, I got to go push this and I got to look here. And there's buy from Marla. Okay, Marla, I'm going to start. Well, first I'm going to do the, hang on, I'm going to do the co-host thing. This ought to be fun. Okay, Marla, are you ready to be able to co-host? What do you mean profiles? I'm going to show you here. Are you in a position where you can go live? Yeah, okay. So you just have to say yes.
Hi.
Oh, look, now I can hear you.
This was unexpected.
Well, that's okay. I do lots of unexpected things. I think that's why people like to watch my shows.
Yeah.
All right, let me start that giveaway because that's kind of the timekeeper. So we're going to start that Starbucks card. If I can make it work, I'm old and gray, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm new to this
Okay,
whole
so
thing,
that's
so I don't really know what I'm doing either.
and I say that a lot in jest. Believe me, I say that to some degree in jest. I mean, it's all about everybody helping each other. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, we all do better. If you've been on any of my shows, you know that I say we all do better when we all do better, and it really is true. The only people that don't do better when we all do better are those that have a closed mind and want to keep it closed.
Right.
Somehow, you can always find something good in helping other people. Hi, Terry Pie. So now to back up to your question, let's see. You asked me what are profiles. Is that what I saw?
Well, so my second show, I don't know what I did wrong, but I did lightweights and medium and heavy, and they weren't bundling together.
So when you did lightweights, mediums, and heavies, did you use the smart bundling? So you went down to whatever the weight was on the Whatnot app and just picked that weight when you made your listings?
No, because I don't think so because my first show was I was so I was so messed up. I didn't know what I was doing. And so the second show, because I reached out to somebody and they told me what to do, and I thought I had it under control, and so I just went on and did it, and then I realized I didn't have it under control, and so a couple of my buyers are getting multiple packages, and then I realized, why did I have to make multiple labels? Did they have to actually pay for those labels? I feel bad.
They only, if they paid for those labels ahead of time, yes. If you didn't charge them for them to begin with, then you paid for those labels.
I always put buyer pays all shipping, but
Yeah.
if I didn't print the label, like if I would have just stuffed this other thing inside her bag that she had ordered, would she still have to pay for that shipping for that other thing?
Once the label is bought, once the customer pays for the label's paid for.
Oh,
Whatnot doesn't refund shipping.
even if I don't print it?
Yep.
Gotcha.
They don't refund shipping. Terry Pie, I'll get to yours. You're going to have to ask me after I'm done with this one. With Marla, did my audio get funny all of a sudden?
I can hear you okay.
Okay. Has to be shipped, otherwise it messes up. Yeah, I mean, it still has to be shipped, but you can bundle it if it fits in a box. They're still going to get charged for the label either way. So, but when you ask me what are profiles, so when you're on your regular screen like this,
Yeah.
you go down to shipping, and in here, the first thing I do, I'm going to show you what I do. It works for me is I turn on letters for
Yeah.
the small stuff, so like my gift cards and stickers, whatever. Then for 1 to 5 pounds, I always select flat rate. That works for me.
Okay.
For over 5 pounds, I always select ground advantage. That also works for me. I can't say it'll work for everybody. Then I save that. And then you said you've already got buyer pay shipping turned on there, right?
Yeah.
Under shipping costs. So
Yeah.
buyer pays all shipping. Okay. Then we get down here to shipping profiles. So did you make any new profiles in here, or did you use
I did.
these beauties down
I
here?
did.
Where'd
I
they go?
did like leggings and sweatshirts. I do clothing, so I just weighed random leggings and put that in my shipping profiles
Okay, so the one I use the
as
most,
like a light pull.
so the one I use to get in that giveaway, 6 people in the giveaway, 14 in the stream here, guys. Get in the giveaway, please. Marla has blessed the chat with a sponsorship, and she would like to see a bunch of people get in that givey. So it says light clothes on mine. This is the one I use the most. For the first item, you see that I put 16 ounces. And I
Yeah.
do that because then I know for sure they're paying $9.21 for shipping, and I'm using my priority packaging. The priority packaging is free from the post office. I don't have to buy it. They provide it. We have to pay for the label
So
for it.
a couple different resellers
But
have told me do not do flat rate. So I'm
well,
confused.
okay. Well, and if that works for them and they want to, buy all their packaging, this is, what, 50 cents a bag, right?
Yeah.
And if it goes over a pound, hey, Purdue fan, congratulations! You should have been on my show earlier. I was selling Purdue shirts. We're going to keep going on this because we need to finish this conversation here. So just a second, if I can make this come back on. I hate this Motorola. So once you go over a pound, they're paying $9.21 anyway, right?
True.
Because 1 to 5 pounds is a flat $9.21. That's what the app charges. So
Yeah.
if they buy 2 items and it gets to 17 ounces now, they've paid $9.21 for shipping. So they've paid enough money for shipping to use this free box. Why would you not want to use the free box?
Exactly.
I'm not going to run to Walmart and buy more boxes if I can use the free one.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of schools of thought on it. If somebody is selling a bunch of 6-ounce shirts and they're primarily selling one shirt to one person and moving on to the next, then, maybe that makes sense to charge ground shipping. It'll come out at $4.74 or $5 or whatever, and you use a plastic bag. So you're going to take 50 cents out of that for your packing supplies, your bag and whatnot, and ship it at the $5 rate.
Okay.
That's wonderful. You can do that. But if they buy two things, now they've paid for the flat rate box. I can't, my brain can't reconcile not using the free boxes if they've paid for it anyway. And I found that now today I had a problem where one of my regular customers came in late in the show. She only got one item, so it charged her $9.21 for shipping. I don't feel right charging her $9.21 to ship one item, but she's going to come into my show tomorrow. She asked for a cancel. I canceled the item. I approved the cancel. I put the item aside. It has her name on it. Tomorrow, I will run that item for her as a buy it now, specifically to her, and she'll buy it for the same price. So she's still getting the item for the same price, and she can add
That's the
7 more to the box.
of
Huh?
not
You can't do that all the time. That was a one-off. It doesn't
Yeah.
always happen. I usually stay on a little bit longer so people can fill their box if somebody just buys one. But I let everybody know shipping is bundled. The first one's going to cost you $9.21, and then the next 7 are going to go in there for free on my
See,
shipping.
that just seems like so much less work just to do flat rate because it's just simple.
Well, sometimes it's not.
Oh,
If
really?
they bought a tennis racket, they
Oh,
can't use a flat rate box. Well, that's true. But if they bought if I sold the tennis racket, I didn't sell the tennis racket at a flat rate shipping. I did a custom shipping profile for the tennis racket that says it's this long and it's this thick and it weighs this much money. So now the app has charged the appropriate ground shipping for me to put that in a different box or in a plastic bag with some packing around it to keep it safe. I have to set the profile according to what I'm selling. As a lot of you know, if you know me, I sell a boatload of clothes. And right now I'm selling a boatload of vintage sports stuff that causes me to scratch my head every time you log into my show. But, I'm going to moto through it. I've only got 35,000 pieces of it to get rid of. I'll get it done eventually.
And we're thinking about buying an Amazon pallet, and I don't know. I think that's going to be a lot more challenging as far as doing shipping profiles than just clothing.
Where are you thinking about buying it from?
I don't know. I have to get rid of all my clothes first before I even think about it.
Okay. Before you buy, you want to get a hold of a Goliath or me or one of us, or I don't know. Did you see Med City Liquidation's pallet sale today?
No.
Do you know who Med City Liquidation is?
No. Um, the people that I've been in contact with, Sunshine Finds, they just bought Amazon pallets and they just won them. I can't remember who the
I gotta turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone.
first 5 pounds because you can put it in a poly mailer. Yeah.
For
That's what I've
bulky
been doing.
things like clothing, why wouldn't you do priority for the first 5 pounds? Because you can put it in a poly mailer for bulky. Okay, sure. So here we go. I can get 5 pounds in this poly mailer, and it costs me 50 cents for the poly mailer, and it gets ripped in shipping, and the clothing gets damaged, and the customer hates me. Or I can put 5 pounds in this flat rate box, and it's a little more protected. The box didn't cost me a nickel. And if it's only just under 5 pounds of clothing, I can use this other priority box that's not flat rate as long as it doesn't go over 5 pounds. Now I've protected even more clothing, and I can get up to 5 pounds in this box, and the box didn't cost me a nickel. So, I mean, if you want to use a poly bag, that's completely up to you. I only use them when absolutely necessary. I like to protect my stuff as much as possible. And the contract that Whatnot has with the post office says we can use for $9.21 priority up to 5 pounds. And the post office says if it's priority, we can use their packaging material for free. I'm all about, I love supporting the post office. My local post office loves that I do all these priority boxes. It makes their numbers look good. They grumble when they deliver them to me a little bit. They grumble when they pick up at my location, but we do it 50-50. Sometimes I deliver, sometimes they pick up. If I don't have to spend money on packaging, and it's more protected, and the product is more protected. I don't understand why I would want to do it any way different than that. I can't. My brain doesn't work like that. I want to give the most protection I can to the product.
You still have to do shipping profiles if you do flat rate.
Well, so 2 weeks ago I did a show on Saturday and a show on Sunday, and I called it a science experiment. Did I miss something, Claire Lux? Let me go back and read it. Hold on. You can use a poly mailer for bulky items. Hang on, let me address that real quick. Claire Lux, are you familiar with the Gap Sherpa women's jackets? Gap Sherpa women's jackets? Those big fuzzy things yes, those. So I think if memory serves me correctly, 2 of those is 5 pounds, right? 2 is 5 pounds. And the MSRP is ridiculous on them, but we all know they don't really ever sell for that. So I can stuff 2 of those Sherpa jackets in this poly, or I can stuff 2 of those Sherpa jackets in that large box there. And I know this because I had a whole pallet of those Sherpa jackets when I had a Sam's Club contract. I would rather put them in the box and squish them in, because I get things from other sellers when I buy, and they come in these and they're ripped. And when they're ripped, the product gets damaged.
I've gotten quite a few ripped packages too.
I don't want to send a message to Whatnot saying I got something bad, but you're ignoring the part where I said over 5 pounds, it's better to go ground for things like that. Oh, over 5 pounds, it's definitely better. That's why I said a ground advantage. I must have missed that. I'm sorry. I'm not deliberately trying to ignore that. Over 5 pounds, yes, you need to go ground advantage. And I still try not to use these poly things. Sometimes I have to. Walmart sells a box 15 by 15 by 12 by 10 or something like that. You can fit a bunch in there when you're doing ground. And if you need to put, bundle 2 orders together to make it enough shipping money on it, that's one way to get around paying extra out of your pocket if the app didn't charge enough. But over 5 pounds is supposed to be ground. If I'm selling the big bulky stuff, I don't list it at 8 per box. I list it as medium, even if it only weighs 1.5 pounds, and I could, weight wise, I could fit 3 of them. I still have to list it as medium and 2, because I can't get that much in the box. And, for the value that somebody is getting and me keeping it safer by putting it in a box, if they don't want to pay the shipping, then they just don't need to bid on it. I tell everybody, pay attention to shipping at the bottom of the screen. If you're okay with the shipping, buy the item. If you don't like the shipping, don't buy the item. Whatnot doesn't refund any money. Hang on, I have my show listed with clothing up to 5. Regular priority over 5 was ground, and Whatnot divided a lady's order into 9. Yeah. So, but did you do shipping profiles, or did you use smart bundling? I'm pretty sure I got the answer to this one already. Smart bundling. Yeah. So remember I started saying I did a science experiment 2 weeks ago? I had my butt handed to me 2 Saturdays ago, and on Sunday I had a Cadillac day. On Saturday I did smart bundling for all my show, and I had one box that was 650 ounces. I used smart bundling. It's supposed to stop at 5 pounds. It didn't do it. So I had to pay shipping for all that stuff that wouldn't fit in the box that smart bundling said was going to fit in a box. The app does not take into account dimensional weight when it's in smart bundling. It only takes into account the pounds, and somehow it thinks you can fit 25 pounds in a 12 by 12 by 12 box. I have no idea why, but that's what happened to me. On Sunday, I used smart bundling, and everything was divided appropriately. I was able to lay it all out. My wife and I sat here, and it took us less time than ever to put all of it in the flat rate boxes and ship it out. No fuss, no muss. Same product, same smart bundling, different day, same app, different results. I have no idea why. I can't answer that question. I'm not the only one this has happened to. I was talking with Med City earlier today. I don't know if he's in here watching or not, but he's experienced it as well. It drives you crazy. Yes, it drives us crazy too. Claire, that's why I always try and use the profiles. I specifically did that to myself so that I had the knowledge and the actual physical recent experience to say, yeah, this was crazy. Yes, Terry Pie, it is very confusing. The best thing I can tell you, and Whatnot does recommend, if you read the terms of service, you read the shipping information, it does say we suggest using shipping profiles. Create profiles for what you're selling. It's in the instructions. If you read the instructions, they tell you you should use them. They don't get into details of breaking it down all that well, but they say use them. I'm all about custom profiles and setting a number of items in the box. Yeah, that's
So
what I do. And
is that why
go
my
ahead.
things didn't bundle, because I didn't set the per items per box per package?
Yeah, if you do a profile, you have to set maximum number per box. It'll
That's why
say
they didn't
set,
bundle.
there's a little toggle switch, maximum
Okay.
number per box. It's very important. And if you're selling a bunch of little mice, they might weigh a little bit more, but if everything is small and weighs a little bit more, but you could fit 20 of these in a flat rate box. So you would want a very light or an ultra light category that bundles 20. Now, here's where you're going to get people yelling at you. Every class that you do in a shipping profile ships in that profile. So if I have smalls, it will not bundle with mediums or larges,
No.
and vice versa. So the way a lot of people have been dealing with that lately is they'll divide their sale into smalls, mediums, and larges. And they'll run all their small stuff, all the medium stuff, all the large stuff in order. I miss those giant flat rate boxes. You could put yeah, yeah, they did away with those. We do. Hang on a second. Let me show you something. So this is a medium flat rate box that's side loading. So you can fit something that's thinner and longer in this medium flat rate box. So there are some other options. It's not only the top loading box. There's also a medium mailing box or a mailing box that's a little bit longer than the flat rate one, but a little skinnier. You can use this up to 5 pounds with your label. You just have to tell it that you're doing a 5 pound label with the dimensions on the box, not a flat rate label. As long as you have the right label on there, you're good. And the 921 label will work on any of the boxes behind me. You can use it on the brown boxes. You can use it on the Tyvek envelopes. You can use it on the small box. Any of the priority shipping or the brown boxes, the priority label will work. The flat rate label will only work on the ones that say flat rate. If you have medium flat rate box, when you go to edit your shipping profile for the customer's purchase, say you charge flat rate shipping and it'll fit in a medium, you push the edit button and you change their box. You have to tell it which size box anyway to do it right, to medium instead of large. And you put the label on the box and you're good to go. It is a little bit time consuming, but it's better than having the post office knock at your door and say, hey, you're doing it wrong. And it's better than having your customer be charged money at the other end because shipping wasn't right.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want, the last thing we want to do is have Whatnot having to pay our customers back for not doing the shipping right. And I don't know how many times you can get by with that before Whatnot gets upset, but I'm trying not to find out.
Yeah, I wish they would have put like in rehearsal mode, like how to do the shipping profiles. They should have did a guided tour for that.
I'm not sure they know how.
Probably not.
Well, part of it is that it's difficult because everybody's stuff is different. And being able to sit here and talk through some of it. By the way, this is not my seller profile. Okay, cool. Are you going to share? Who are you? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
We love you either way. Hi, Carolyn. I see you in there. Cherry pie, we should talk about that. The Hive, North Carolina, and would love the followers. You guys, by all means, go ahead and follow. She's contributing too. Absolutely.
I'm following you now. Yep. Got any shows coming up? I'll bookmark you. There we go.
Uh-oh. I was still doing something and somehow my phone didn't go in do not disturb. Let me fix that, guys. Man, oh man, where did you go? Huh. Well, that's weird. It still shows you, it still shows us co-hosting, but I can't find you to bring you back or boot you out. Marla, if you can open your little dots and push the button to remove yourself and then request to co-host, I'll put you back on because we weren't quite done. Although now I lost everything. Do you have any suggestions on a phone stand that won't break? I seem to break one during every live stream. Nope, I don't. Just don't smash the darn thing. That's my best suggestion for that. What about a metal one, right? The one I have is plastic. I don't know what happened here to our co-host thing. It's okay. I don't know why. Just a second. Let me try something, guys. Hear me, Marla. I couldn't find you. Bungee cords and tape. That's awesome. Uh, Hi again. I
I
did
don't know
not.
what happened. I went to
I know what
bookmark somebody's
happened.
show and
I happened, Mr. Technical Difficulty. I got a call and I forgot to have this thing on Do Not Disturb, and I have to send a quick message here because the person who called me needs to know that I'm live.
does anybody else's phone get really hot when they're on live? It's crazy.
Yep, it is.
Stick it on an ice pack or something.
Yeah, it can be an issue.
Oh, big time. My first show, I was 10 minutes away of getting my
It's the battery, yep.
120 minutes for that, first show bonus, $150. And my battery died. 10 minutes.
Oh,
I had left.
nice. Let's see. I will tell you that, let's see. I need to tag up. We haven't tagged Goliath up here. Goliath is kind of the organizer of getting us all together. He's kind of the glue, and I'm gonna pin him here. He might be bringing some heat on here in a minute.
I did. I have joined his raids. Those are fun.
Yes, they are. Let's see if this thing. Let's see if it tags him up. If it says, "Hey, we're here," and let's see how that works. Oh, he's doing Lynn W's doing a raid. So I see my phone. All my technology went berserk, and I don't know why that happened. That's bizarro. But he might be bringing some more folks in, and if anybody has questions. Oh no, always mine. Yeah, plugged in. Yes, I've lost the entire show by not having it plugged in. That's a fun time too. But anyway, did you have any more questions, Marla, specifically about doing those profiles, or do you think you're going to be able to figure them out?
I think I got it figured out now that I have
Okay.
to do max items per box.
Yep, absolutely.
And then they will bundle,
Then they should bundle.
even though they are different weights. Correct?
Nope, I'm going to show
Sorry.
you something. Yeah.
It's so confusing.
Yes, it is. Per category. So if you're doing like me, I do light clothes, 8 in a
Oh,
box.
per category, right?
So a small will bundle with a small, medium, large. They
Oh,
won't
okay.
bundle across category. If you use Whatnot smart bundling, which I don't think is very smart, they'll bundle across different weight categories. But sometimes they'll bundle 600 ounces in one box.
Oh,
That would cost you $95 to ship, additional to what the app charges. Ask me
wow.
how I know. I've been cooked. Unless you were selling Wade's figurines or lips, right? If you're doing little tiny things, then yeah, you can fit more in the box, but there's still no guarantee that it's going to stop on time. You might not be able to fit them in a box. So there's that. Also, if you're selling anything that's flammable or has lithium-ion batteries in it, don't forget to tell that to the shipping profile, because that cannot go priority. It has to go ground. And you will be buying your own box. You cannot put it in a priority box. It also has to go in a box, not a bag. If you look at the postal rules, anything that's hazmat is supposed to be in a box, not a bag. Little tidbits of information. When you read through the publications, you need an extra cup of coffee to stay awake, and then you're going, really? It's kind
Exactly.
of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you know where you go to put the max number on there? I'm
Is
gonna try
it
to get back in.
when you're setting up your shipping profiles?
Yeah. So
Or
in
your
your profile, there's that little toggle that'll say set the max number of packages or
okay.
pieces. You want to turn that on and set it at 8, and then you can choose. Want to choose one, and then don't choose flat rate box and put in dimensions. Like for the tennis racket, you'd put in the dimensions of the box you're going to ship right here, and then it won't do priority. It will do ground advantage without a flat rate box. So that's where you can change that. And then you also set, excuse me for yawning, guys, you also set your max. Oh boy, I think somebody showed up. You set your max, your weight per each additional item down here on how many ounces. Oh, here come the Raiders. Hey, everybody, welcome
Wow.
in. Oi, he brought
With
the
all that
heat.
fire.
He brought the heat.
He
Oh
did.
boy. I'd say everybody go follow Goliath Gala, but I think all of us on here do go follow Goliath. Because we're doing sponsors, I'm not going to start a giveaway for the raid. Usually when we get raided, you guys, the first thing we like to do is start a giveaway. But when we're doing sponsored stuff, then we don't do that. Because if somebody wants to buy a sponsorship and I'm in the middle of a raid giveaway, that kind of goes screwy. And that's the way we've kind of been doing it. So and I think somebody just bought aforementioned sponsor. Now, my old gray-haired self has to go look and see who. Oh, and there goes a bloop. Woo!
I
Bloops
will
are
bet
going
those
away, guys. Bloops are going away. Get them while you can.
they are.
Okay, we got emails on it. Bid. by repeat. All right, bid by repeat did a sponsorship. So that means, Marla, do you have anything else you need to say quick, or are we done?
I think we're good now that I finally
Okay.
got that figured out. Thank you so
You
much.
absolutely. And if you screenshot your profile that you made, if you want to talk about it and screenshot it and send it to me, I mean, I can try and talk back and forth with you about it. I had no problem with that.
Okay.
Sometimes if I don't have the time, you might have to wait a little bit. So try and do
Sure.
it in advance of when you need it. Green light, I'll give it a try. And Marla, thanks. It's been a pleasure. I
Yes,
I
me
hope
too.
I've been able to help.
You
And
have.
we're gonna move. Let's see. Hand credit. I agree. Where should we send it? I didn't see what that was about, Hive. But all right, now I got to figure out how to give you the boot. Yeet
Okay.
you, as they say. Here
Yeet
we
me.
go.
Okay.
Yeet you. I'm trying. Oh, come on. Well, there we go. All right, that was fun. What do you mean bloops are going away? Yeah, there's an email going around that Whatnot is discontinuing them sometime in the near future. Um, bid by repeat. Bid by repeat. You are next up to do a co-host thing. If you could say hello so I can see your name there, I will push the co-host button. May 12th. Yep, I believe you're right, Lynn. They said so they can focus on other things that will help us better as sellers. Terry Pie, when you hear that bloop noise, somebody has bought stickers in my buy it now and pushed the giveaway to somebody button. Hello and happy blessed Friday. There you are. Gotcha. Co-host. Confirm. And Goliath, if you're still in here, I think I have you set to mod. Hey,
Hey, howdy, howdy.
you're not
Happy
driving, are you?
Friday. Happy
Are you
Friday. No,
parked?
no, no. No, yeah, I'm parked. I am
Oh,
parked.
okay, yeah.
I didn't know I was just supporting. I didn't know I was inviting myself on camera.
And I got to start the giveaway because you supported by donating a Starbucks gift card, and that's what this is, a $5 Starbucks gift card. For those of you that
Okay.
don't know, that will be scratched off, and we take a picture of it when we send it, so it's still good. But that way, if it gets lost in the mail, we got a record. We can shoot it off to you that way, so that way we don't lose that $5.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Uh, so anyway, did you have any specific questions about shipping, or do you have comments about it? I mean, I don't know where you're at with the Whatnot life at the moment.
Now,
Ooh, ooh, you sound like a robot. Uh-oh, he went to the robot mode, guys.
I've got a whole show set. I got rid of. I have obviously got encouraged to do it. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can.
I
And
I think
looking forward
if
to
you can hear
doing
me,
my
you
first
got
show. My
you
first Starbucks coffee up here. So
you got a bad connection, I think. Oof. Are you there?
can you hear me? I'm sorry. Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear.
Okay, send me another hello so I can try and redo that. I think you had a bad signal. Bid by repeat. Just say hello in the chat so I can find you because a lot of people are commenting and you disappeared into the abyss. You should be seeing the request. Yay! Let's see if it's that better.
Hey, does it sound any better?
A little better. You were sounding like a robot.
Okay, yeah, I had the radio on or whatever, so I turned it off. Maybe that was a part of the issue here.
Yeah.
But
But
to go
we,
ahead,
we
I'm
couldn't
sorry.
hear anything we couldn't hear anything that you said. previous to that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I mean, you asked did I have any shipping questions specifically, and I am a new seller. I'm looking forward. I got looking forward to doing my first Starbucks coffee and cup show here soon. But I'm just making the rounds, trying to learn as much as I can from all you experienced people as I can before I'm and using that probably as an excuse too to delay my show another day. Just trying to learn as much as I can before I get going here.
Well, if you've already scheduled your show, delay is the right word. Don't cancel it if you can help it. Just change the date and time because you got
Yep.
people following. If you've got people tagging it already, you don't want to lose them.
Okay.
Keep them on there. They'll put it a little on the show note going, hey, something came up. We're moving it to this day or whatever, and
Yeah.
keep it going. Because once you cancel it, then you're starting over with your bookmarks. Don't want to lose
Okay.
them if you can help it. You know. So have you figured out how you're going to ship what you're going to ship yet? You got the dimensions and all that stuff figured out? What you're going to be selling?
Uh, uh, and
You froze again.
everything individually now. Just so I just want to go through and just do every. Oh, I'm sorry. It's here again
Yeah, I don't.
now.
How many bars of signal you got? Your signal is not good. Oof. You there? Bid by repeat. Carrie Bear, you don't got nothing to be scared of. Bad area. Hmm. What about if you do you know how to put your phone in airplane mode and take it back out of airplane mode? I can give you the boot, put it in airplane mode, take it out of airplane mode, and then come back and we'll try it again. Let's try that. Hope you could hear that. Well, guys, we sure gave it a try. If he comes back, we'll bring him back for a minute. Care Bear, hold on a second, and we're going to see who's going to win this giveaway. This was courtesy of Bid by Repeat, who did that sponsorship, and then had the the wonderful phone signal. And it's going to be and Carrie Bear. Look at this, and you got the coffee. How can you go wrong like that? Look at this, $5 Starbucks coming your way. Congratulations, that was cool. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Carrie Bear, if you're doing this because you want to. Just keep that in mind and you'll be fine. Yep. As far as the being worried about shipping, um, you hold on a second. What are you going to be selling? What kind of things are you going to be selling, Carrie Bear? Clothing and shoes. So, do you have some flat rate supplies already for some priority shipping supplies from the post office already? Oop, there we go. Tip in the box. So the best thing you can do is figure out what fits in the boxes now. Make your custom profile. Oh, you're back. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, wow, you popped up automatically. Now that's interesting. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, that was interesting.
Yep. I don't know what happened just then. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that was crazy. Hopefully for a minute. Let me just
Oh,
finish saying something to Carrie Bear real quick. We were talking while you were gone, and she actually won
yes,
the
sir. Take your time.
she won the coffee giveaway on you too. So that was kind of cool. She asked a question
Awesome.
and banged out the winner. But Carrie Bear, figure out how much of what ships in a box, and then make your custom profiles before your show, and make sure you have it set to the max number of items, and that should help you get through it quite nicely. That's my suggestion there. As far as um, a bid buy repeat, did you say everything's going to ship individually? Was that what I heard earlier?
Yes, I put all my items in, each flavor individually for my first show. And then I guess I'm the next time I'll go back to again, huh? Again, I think. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you.
I don't know. That's just crazy. Foxy Peanut. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here with bid buy repeat. This just isn't working where you're at. I don't know what else to say, my friend. I'm sorry about that. If you can hear me. Foxy Peanut, you would set each additional item at what they weigh. So if you got 6 ounce clothes, you'd say 6 ounces. 8 ounce or 10 ounce clothes, 10 ounces. You got to figure out the average of what you're going to be doing if you're going to do it that way. And Curry Bear, that's good if you weighed everything. And if you're bundling shipping using profiles, then you'll want to put each one in the proper profile or pick the proper profile for each size. But yeah, make sure you select maximum number in a box so that you don't find yourself holding a big pile of stuff that now what do I do with it? Awesome. What else do we got going on here? Do we have any other questions for shipping? You have to make a custom shipping profile for them. Um, if you have shipping profiles set up for each item, do you still have to set max in a box? Well, if you have a profile set up for each class of things that you do, you will already set a maximum number of items in a box for that profile. You should always set the max number of items in a box because, well, if you're selling jeans and all of a sudden they want you to put 20 jeans in one flat rate box, you're going to be paying for some extra boxes because they ain't going to fit. And it's not going to charge them anything extra. I can surely give it a shot here. Well, so priority and flat rate. Oh, hold on, hang on. When setting up shipping profile for flat rate, how do you determine weight? I did bundles, but it was off and charging $22, but had it set for one bundle. So let's get wild thrift. We may have to look at your profile and what you did on it. As far as not for Hudson's Direct, you said not for flat rate for priority. So flat rate is a priority, is a class of priority and priority. So on your app, hang on, I'm going to go back so we can show this. So see if I can do this and keep it all open here. You set domestic shipments 1 to 5 pounds is going to be priority. It's either going to be U.S. priority mail or priority flat rate. Those are the two choices for 1 to 5 pounds. I always choose the flat rate because it's the easiest way to do it. If I need to change it to a different box and it's still under 5 pounds, I can do that later when I'm actually shipping. Then for over 5 pounds, I choose ground advantage, which is not priority, not flat rate, but ground advantage. And that's where your shipping profiles come in handy. So we go back out of here and we go down here to, whoops, we just dropped the phone all over the place. We go down to shipping profiles. I have a bunch of them. Here's a very heavy 24 pounds, 12 by 12 by 12, not a flat rate. And I still had to put max bundle of one. This was for a motor, an electric motor that weighed 24 pounds, that did not fit in a flat rate box. So that automatically brought it to a ground box and charged ground shipping, but I still had it shipped by itself so that it doesn't end up bundling the wrong thing together and costing me $100 to ship. It'll give a price just for that because I still set max bundle of one at 24 pounds. And then I can't read your notes while I'm doing this, so give me a minute. Save your questions for just a minute here. Light clothes, I set my first one at 16 ounces. Oh, there goes the computer. Hold on. My first one at 16 ounces. And then I put set the max number of bundles, and I figure out depending on which light clothes, and I set it at 8 because I can fit 8 of what I usually sell in the box. And then I choose flat rate right there. If I don't want flat rate, all I have to do is go back to the leave it set at select a box so that it's not there. And then I can add my box dimension sizes right there. But for me, I use that flat rate and I have to leave it that way or I will forget that I changed it and we'll have a problem tomorrow. So there. Then you can add what's the incremental weight of each item down on the bottom. It'll keep track of the weight as well. And that'll just give you a guideline in case it doesn't fit in a box, a flat rate box, because you made a mistake or something. It'll give you at least a general guideline of where you're going to be at with it. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Oh my goodness. I gotta grab my bottle of water. Woohoo. So I know there were some more questions there that I didn't see. I will try and scroll back. Okay. So, Carrie Bear, do you have all your items listed as quality listings already in your for sale in your bin? A few. Okay. Did you make a shipping profile on that tab that I was just showing you for the various items, or are you just using the Smart Bundle option where you? I think. Yeah, you are not wrong, the Hive. You are not wrong. I don't recall that page. Okay. If you don't recall that page, then there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to get a very expensive lesson. That's the bottom line. Mine, no rush, just curious for the future. I'll take a look at messages when I get done and answer over the course of the weekend. If you need it faster, send me another message and say, please, fast. No promises. I got stuff to do too, but I will try and help you wherever possible or figure out a way to get you the help. Carrie, if you didn't make profiles, you're depending on smart bundling. And did you hear me earlier when I said when I told about my Saturday Sunday experience 2 weeks ago? Yeah. So you profiles is what saves you from having that expensive lesson. If you make the profiles and you build them right, and you're welcome to screenshot them after you build them if you want me to look at them and talk to you about them, send it to my DMs. If you make it right the first time, then you're probably not going to get cooked on shipping. If people say, "Oh, why is shipping so expensive?" It's very simple. I told the app how much it weighs, how many I can put in a box, and the app charges the shipping. You don't control it. We don't get the money for the shipping as sellers. We don't get any money for our packaging. We don't have the control of any refunds for shipping. Whatnot does not refund shipping. So you want to try not to charge too much. But keep in mind, if you don't charge enough, you're going to be paying the difference. Whatnot gives you 5 variances a week, and as long as they fall within the variance of less than, I think it's $8 or something like that, it'll give you the label anyway without taking your money. But after that 5th one is going to take your money if you make a mistake. So if you want to make some profiles and shoot them over to me, and then when you make your listings, make sure you choose the appropriate profile that you've created. If you choose just the weight classes the way Whatnot has them in there for smart bundling, it's not going to give you maximum number of items in a box, and then you risk getting a 600-ounce box, which ain't going to work. Does that make sense, Carrie? Yep. Great idea. Foxy Peanut, I'm glad you found it helpful. Actually, what about the seller who sells by the case? 921, send you a box that weighed 1 pound. Sometimes I send a box that weighs 1 pound for 921. It happens. When you say sells by the case 921 and sends a box that weighs 1 pound. So I guess I'm not totally sure I understand your question, Closed Deals. If somebody buys, hold on. Here. So I don't have a big shirt handy. They don't bundle. Some people don't bundle. I mean, you can go, there's 2 sellers I know of right now that it says at the bottom of their screen, $9.21 for shipping, and we don't bundle. That means every single item gets its own priority label and they don't bundle. That's up to each seller to deal with. I can't control what any other seller does. If that works for them and people are willing to pay that on their show because of the value they're getting for the product, more power to them. I'm not selling $100 clothes for $25. So, people don't want to pay that extra shipping. Hang on a second. The shipper yesterday had told me after I bought 2 small. The shipper yesterday told me after I bought 2 small makeup items and for $9.21 and I wanted to do another buy it now and it wanted to charge you. Oh, so Love the USA, it wanted to charge you another shipping part. Oh boy, did we get another Goliath raid in here? We sure did. So ridiculous. Well, sometimes it is ridiculous, but keep in mind that different classes of bundling won't go together. And as a seller, I am not going to take the risk of having to pay extra money to ship something. If I sell you a shirt for $2 and I have to spend $8 of my money to ship it, it ain't happening. Sorry, not a chance. Thank you for the raid, Goliath. Thank you so much for the raid. I think most of you are already following Goliath Gala. If you're not, please do. He's kind of the leader of the Goliath Raiders, and it was not more than 2 pounds. Yeah, I get that it's not more than 2 pounds, but when we use custom profiles, each profile ships together. So I don't know, other than the 2 small makeup items, I don't know what the other item was you were trying to buy. If they had that set at a different shipping profile, because buying 4 of those would cause a problem in that category, then that's the way it is. It's going to cost that extra to ship. If you don't like the shipping, don't buy it. I mean, I don't want to sound too terribly cold and nasty, but if you start selling on here and you have to do the shipping and you see how it works because you're actually printing the labels, you'll be like, oh, wow, that's going to kill me. I don't want anybody to have to do that. And the thing is, why would you charge $9.21 and ship a small case via parcel ground? Well, because if I do ground, how did that work? Let's see. Why would I charge 9? Some people wouldn't. I choose to use priority. By the time I put it in the packaging, if it's going to hit a pound, then that's where it's going to go. If I'm selling something that's very light, then I'm not going to charge that much, and I will use ground where it's appropriate. If it bundles up to the point where it's 921 and I use flat rate, then or priority, then I'll move to priority. If you have an item where you sell it and the first item is going to get to that pound because of the packaging, charge the 1 pound for that. Don't put it at 8 ounces and then add an 8-ounce box. And then what do you do after that? On the other hand, Most of the problem that comes up with that ground issue is with smart bundling. I'm not a seller, but I studied it, and I don't think buyers understand shipping really well. It's hard for sellers to understand shipping. I mean, I can't understand why the smart bundling doesn't work half the time. And I'm a seller. One would think that it would work all the time. But yeah, does priority get there faster over flat rate? It's theoretically, well, flat rate and priority are the same thing. Flat rate is priority. From 1 to 5 pounds, it gets a priority label unless it's hazmat. So flat rate and priority are here, this is a large flat rate priority box. And this is a large mailing box that's also priority. Both of them can ship for $9.21. This one can only have 5 pounds in it. It can only weigh 5 pounds, including the box. This one can weigh up to 70 pounds for the same $9.21. So priority is priority is priority, but the flat rate means you can put more weight in it, and that can be beneficial. Like 5 pairs of jeans instead of 3. I'm talking about the sellers who sell by the case and don't bundle. I don't know what you mean by the case. You mean they're selling a box like this, $9.21 for 5 pounds? Oh, hold on. Somebody did a sponsorship, so I've got to go look and see who that is, and then we got to do the co-host. Oh, I'm handicapped here with the buttons. Oh, did I miss one here? I might have missed one, you guys. Okay. Dorothy 72, Dorothy Q72. Okay. So Dorothy Q72, let me just take a quick peek at this. So I see 9.21 for 5 pounds. Hold on, I'm missing too many notes here. And my issue with one person on my life. Mommy of 5, I may have feedback, but there's more details that are unknown. Hold on a second. Yep, 2 different shipments if you go live later. Yep. Thank you, Goliath. I see that. I'm trying to find her in the list here so I can push the button to co-host and send that. Dorothy Q, can you just say hi so I can put you on the co-host? It's somehow you got lost in here. She doesn't want to co-host, just the giveaway. Okay, there I am. Handicap me. Okay, here we go. Starbucks number 3 running courtesy of Dorothy Q72. Please go like and follow Dorothy Q72. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Goliath has you pinned up. He's helping as a mod. Thank you, Goliath. Oh boy, things are going fast here. I got to try and back them up so I can see. All right. Just a second. Where did my notes go? Well, I don't know what happened there. Goliath, can you slow the chat down a little bit for me? Sassy Sweet Finds. You guys, if you're gonna get boxes for free at the post office, they're not going to give you a whole lot. If you're going to do a lot of business, you're going to want to order them and have them delivered. I did a case pack show, and the only way to do it is with custom weights. Yep, Lakeside, you are correct. Custom weights on case pack. And if it is a 5 pound case pack, like I did those, I did some vases, metal vases from Target. They came 2 in a box. Each box got its own label. It was $9.21. There's it was within the 1 cubic foot, so it shipped with a priority label. But there was only two in a box, and there was no. I mean, there's no way to bundle that if it's already that big. So if that was the bundling question that I was trying to navigate from, um, yeah, you can't. Once you're at 5 pounds, you're not. There's nothing left to bundle. You're at your limit, and that's the contract Whatnot has with the post office. After that, we get into ground, and once you get, if you put two of those big boxes together, now we're going to get into what's called dimensional weight, and that costs a lot more than Whatnot's contract weight. So you're better off with dealing within the 5 pounds if you can. Pay $2.90 on my mail to my mail lady. Seller use priority box with ground advantage label. You should. Did you send a message, Scarlett? Did you send a message to Whatnot to let them know about that? Yeah, do it soon. Thank you for the tip. I see somebody tipped. I can't see what yet because I'm trying to read all this. How do you set up shipping if you're not doing flat rate boxes? I'm doing random pulls in mailers. Well, when you say random pulls in mailers, um, if you set up your random pulls by smalls, mediums, larges, then you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be flat rate boxes, but you want it to be in the 5 pound neighborhood or less. I mean, if you get one customer that buys uh, 10 6 or 7 ounce things, and you're not bundling, you're charging them a lot of shipping. And if you want to do that, send each one in a mailer at the ground rate. You're paying for that mailer each time. It's not a free package from the post office. And now you're going to be spending how much in extra shipping costs by buying all those containers as opposed to bundling it into flat rate or bundling it into priority up to 5 pounds. Thank you for the tip. I saw one pop up. Who did it? Trendy Vibes. Thank you, guys. Dorothy Q72. Her giveaway is still running for that Starbucks card. She sponsored a $5 Starbucks coffee card that you guys will get. Someone will get. Just say that both priority boxes ship anywhere for $9.21. Why would anyone send regular priority if flat rate is the same price? Well, why would anyone send anything but priority when the boxes are all free at $9.21? That's the part I don't get. Um, and somebody said mailers are free. That depends. The Tyvek, this Tyvek is free from the post office. The bubble wrap for priority is free from the post office, but they have to have priority labels on them. It has to be, if they're not flat rate, it has to be between 1 and 5 pounds. It's the best way to ship over 5 pounds. I use Ground Advantage over 5 pounds, and you select that in the app when you do your shipping profiles. How do I know if I'm bundling? If you're you make shipping profiles and you use your profiles when you select what your shipping profile for the item you're selling when you make the item. If you use Whatnot Smart Bundling, it's bundling, but you have no control over how many, what size, what shape, nothing. You're at the mercy of the app. May the force be with you. Oh, my Lizzie, you got the coffee. Starbucks coming your way. Congratulations. It's a big box, use Ground Advantage. And that's another thing, if it's a big box. At some point on a big box, you get into something called dimensional weight. So you still need your shipping profiles, and you have to put the dimensions in there along with a max bundle of one, so you don't have the app trying to bundle 6 giant things together, and now all of a sudden you need a semi to deliver it. You have to be really careful with that. I just, even in the Whatnot literature for questions and answers about shipping, they suggest making custom profiles. Nobody says you have to. I've done it without them just for the experience to see how bad things will get. Sometimes it goes really good, and sometimes it goes really bad. And when it's really bad, it's really expensive. There's a tutorial on how to make a shipping profile. Well, I've walked through it a couple times. I can possibly do it again. Hold on. Would you recommend on the shipping profile they have ground selected for orders? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely recommend ground over 5 pounds. If you try and do shipping for priority over 5 pounds, the customer is going to be charged a boatload and because you've got customer pay shipping, and then they're not going to want to buy your item because when they look at the bottom of the screen under your item and it says $55 to ship it, they're going to go, well, I can buy the whole thing down the street for $10. Then I'll pass. When they see 921 for shipping, but you're bundling, there's a good possibility they're going to buy it anyway because then they're going to buy something else to add to the box. Flat rate is good up to 70 pounds if it fits in the box. If it doesn't fit in the box, it's good to whatever fits in the box, up to 70 pounds. Now, I can fit 8 of these t-shirts behind me, these sports shirts. I can fit 8 of them in here comfortably, sometimes 9 if they're little kids ones, maybe 10. I can fit 4 or 5 pairs of jeans on this style. I can fit 3 cases of concrete anchors that weighs 65 pounds collectively. 3 cases of concrete anchors in this box. Ask my mailman how I know. He was not amused, but it fit and it was under 70 pounds. That's the largest flat rate. There's also this flat rate, which is 12 by 3.5 by 14-ish side loading box. And you can fit up to 70 pounds in there too. There's also this medium flat rate. I believe in using the smallest box I can use for whatever I'm shipping. Just buy more when I see my shipping drop lower and eventually zero. Yep, same here. And some sellers do it where they start out at the ground rate. I've discovered that in the grand scheme of things for me, most of the time that causes me more problem than good. So I just go generally straight to the 1 pound box to begin with. It's a smaller file. Hold on a second. Well, if you offer hang on a second, closed deals, it says something when bundling just sell clothes. I've had issues. Last Saturday, I had issues. Let's get with it, or let's get Wild Thrift, and big issues. Yeah, it's what's best for your product. But somebody said max 921 shipping. So if I say max $9.21 shipping, and the customer buys 50 pieces of clothing, I can't fit that in one box. It's going to take 5 boxes. So if I'm charging max 921, I have to pay for the other 4 boxes out of my pocket. If I'm selling those clothes at, say they're these sports things, I'm selling them at $2 a piece. So I got maybe $20 out of it. Now I'm spending 10 to ship it. That leaves me 10 out of the clothes. By the time you take whatnot fees out and credit card fees out, that doesn't work. I mean, as a seller, we do have to make some money. It depends on your product pricing. You're right. I'm gonna say yes, and I'm okay with pay again if there are items. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, there are some sellers. Every single shirt the guy sells costs $9.21 to ship. Every hoodie the guy sells $9.21 to ship. Period. No bundling. And if you're selling 500 items, bundling can get difficult. You have to have a good table set up to sort out all your stuff to make sure you don't miss anything if you're bundling. And you can't afford not to bundle, or you're going to lose customers, especially when you're new in this, new and small. I mean, unless you're selling, very high end stuff that the bundling doesn't matter, and you've just got people flocking in because you have unicorn products. Let's see, Candy Shop comes to mind. Those are kind of unicorn products. Seekers do not make money on shipping. We do our best to make it. Yeah, sellers do not make money on shipping. We don't get a nickel. And if there's too much shipping paid, nobody gets refunded. We don't get anything out of that. We have to provide all of our own packaging, whether we use priority or bags or boxes that we buy from Uline or whatnot, or not whatnot, or Walmart, or the local office supply store. We don't get anything out of the shipping money. Whatnot takes care of all of that. It's controlled shipping. There's pluses and minuses to that. Whatnot's platform seems to be working well for me, so I'm just going to suggest say that I'm willing to put up with that. I don't mind it because it's given me a good platform to grow community, grow sales, build my business. And let's say, is there a point when the box is too large regardless of weight? Well, I mean, the large Amazon, what do you call it? Large Amazon mystery boxes. Sometimes I have to use those to ship things because it got bulky. I sometimes do hardware stuff. It got bulky and heavy. You know, I have had I've had one that came out $95 for shipping. The good news is because of the way I run my shipping and I make sure to put it down so that it charges the appropriate amount for each item, I was able to bundle six different shipments and fit them all in that one box, and that got me out of the problem with the heavy motor, so I didn't have to pay anything extra out of pocket. Bundling is an art form. Call somebody who knows how to do it before you try it. If the button says it's going to cost you extra money, don't push the save button until you've talked to somebody that's been doing it to see if they can help you. If you're at the end of your timeline and you have no choice but to push it, then you have to pay it. I got no solution for that. But some of us will help you try and figure out how you can. I call it Frankenbox. I don't cut up the boxes and retape them, but I do sometimes have to play bingo with what goes in the box if there's multiple boxes for the same seller. So that's one way to get out of problems like that. But it's an art form. You got to be able to see cubes. You have to count how much you did in shipping, and you have to charge the right shipping in the beginning. Have you ever had an issue that a box dimensions were too big and required postage due from a customer? No, Musa man, I'm very careful not to do that. I am very careful not to do that. I have not, to my knowledge, I have not had a single package leave here without the proper postage. If I have a package show up to one of my customers without the proper postage, first thing I'm going to ask is which mailman weighed that thing, and I'm going to ask for pictures because they have a computer system that takes pictures, and I'm going to verify that it's right because I don't mess up my shipping. I would be mortified if one of my customers had to pay for shipping. It's not going to be me. Just no, 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 no. Not worth the hassle. Besides, if Whatnot has to reimburse too much shipping, how long till they suspend you? I don't want to be suspended. I'd rather just have it right. Let me see. You're afraid to mess with how it bundles? Yeah. Too large regardless of weight. I don't know what I think the dimensional limits at the post office might be 160 inches or something. I don't sell things that big, so I don't have to worry about it. And if I do, I've already made a profile for it, so the app will tell me if I can't sell it. Is it 119? I don't, might be Handsome Deals. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Hey, you too, Most Man. Thank you for stopping in. Um, let's see. Oh gosh, I would hate to have my customer have to pay. Yeah, and I'd and I'd hate to have a Whatnot asking me questions about it too. I would also hate to have the post office come knocking on my door, going, "Why are you shipping all this stuff with the wrong label on it? Why are you trying to defraud the post office?" Most people are not trying to defraud the post office; they just don't understand. Can you change dimensions of boxes before a show? Before a show, you can do the dimensions in your profiles. Yes, when you set up your shipping profiles, you can absolutely change the dimensions on there, and I recommend it. You can also change the dimensions after your show ends when you're shipping. So some people, when their show ends, they just go to the button that says print all labels, and they print all the labels, and that's what they pack it in and they ship it out. If any of those dimensions or weights are wrong because for whatever reason the app didn't get it right, or you sold something that doesn't quite fit, you need to go back and edit it and get the proper label for what you're shipping. If it weighs more and you can't get it in a flat rate box, you got to get the right label for it, or eventually it's going to bite somebody in the booty. I don't want it to be me. So I don't print all the labels for the whole show in one fell swoop. I go customer by customer. You can sort them alphabetically. If you have more than 50, you have to open the drop down and put, display 100 or display 200. So all your customers are displayed. Push sort alphabetically, start at the top, pull out each seller's stuff, put it on the table, then look at the whole pile and make sure it's all going to fit. then you can work on putting it in their boxes and getting it shipped without costing you extra money. It can be a can of worms. It can. It takes practice. Go by customer and package one by one. Yep, Handsome Deals. That works for a lot of things. I mentioned that earlier. I mean, if you're selling something that has the value, you can get by with that. That's great. What type of printer do I use? I have a couple of them. I just regular label printers. This one is I don't know. Hang on. I don't know if I can see it on here. Just a regular, here, I'll show you my mess. I use one of those. That little guy right there. And today I'm using a box of labels because my rolls haven't showed up that I ordered. Go figure. Um, come back for postage. I had to add a stamp and resend. You had a covert? I don't know what that is. Hold on a second. If they fit in the box, yeah, it should bundle all of them, but you have to set it up as a shipping profile, Josh. If you rely on Whatnot's custom bundling or smart bundling, sometimes it doesn't do it right. Givey, did somebody do another? Oh, I missed who won it. Hold on. Did I miss something? It happens. Where did it go? Huh, I hear noise. Oh, my Lizzie was the last Givey winner. Am I supposed to run another Givey? Did I miss something? Somebody did a sponsor? Oh, she meant giveaway, not covert. Okay, I'm a little slow. Thanks. Yeah, that's hilarious. So you set 10 items will fit and it will bundle it. Yeah, if you do. So here, let me open a shipping. Let me open my phone here. So much fun. Okay, so I've been using Light Close as an example. I had everything confused with my typing, not the first time. Yeah, I have that problem too. My typing teacher used to whack my fingers with a ruler all the time back in 7th grade. A postage to a Givey. Yeah. And the Givey, again, if you do like gift cards or something, you can fit the Givey in an envelope like this, and it's machinable. Then there's another way for that. But that's Laura's show. I'm not real good with explaining that one. I started trying to set profiles yesterday, but got confused. Send a picture, and I'll try and walk you through it. Had an order, or do a co-host, and we can try and do it live, and to do a sponsor rather. Had an order and whatnot. Had me package in several boxes with different labels. I was confused. Yeah, it depends on how you set your profiles. I don't use smart bundling. It just not a good thing. I didn't order one. I got to run a thing. Goliath, does that mean you wanted a co-host? Oh, I didn't see what it was. I should probably look. Okay, hold on. See, there I am being fast again. Okay, let me run that Starbucks. Goliath is blessing the chat with a Starbucks. Here comes Starbucks. You guys like, follow, and bookmark Goliath Gala. Oh, I didn't see that. Oi, Dream Deals. Thank you, Goliath. Katie did 415. Hold on, what did I miss? So did I miss something here? Goliath, did I miss I think somebody said there was a, Katie did 415. Whatever it was, Katie did it. No, you didn't miss it. Okay. Somebody said something about Dream Deals did a $10 Amazon sponsor, but I don't see it. At Dream Deal? You sponsored and pinned up Katie. That's cool. There was a message back there that somebody did a $10 Amazon gift card sponsor, but I don't see it anywhere, Goliath. Can you see it in my sold list? Now I lost my train of thought. It jumped the track. I got to back up here. I was going to show you guys the profile thing. Okay. I'll figure that out in a little bit. Goliath will figure it out and tell me if I missed something. Shipping equals PTSD. Ow, it does. Dream Deal did 20. Okay. So I need to, as soon as this giveaway is done, we'll run that Amazon card on Dream Deal. Thank you, Dream Deal. And did Dream Deal, did you want to co-host when we do that as well? If you do, well, have to send me a message when I get there because I'm not that smart. I just started to follow you. So say on your mystery deals, if you don't mind asking. I just started. What are you selling your mystery deals? Well, right now I'm doing a shipping show, but I sell a little of everything. I sell general merchandise, clothes, and pretty much anything else I can get my hands on that's worth selling. Even estate stuff sometimes. Somebody had asked me about doing this showing this profile thing, and so I want to do a quick thing here. Um, when you do your profiles, there's a tab for setting max bundle, and you want to click that max bundle tab, and then you want to put how many items are you willing to put in the box, what will fit. Number 8. I put 8 for my light clothes. So I, it's very important to set that way. If you rely on smart bundling, there's no telling how many it's going to ask you to put in there. It could go absolutely crazy, and you have no control over it. And on some days it works just great and you have no control over it. I do too because of Loungefly. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want, and you can use the large box and get 2 Loungefly in it, and it's under 5 pounds, so you're golden. See different profiles for different items based on size or weight. Yep, you definitely can do that. Definitely, but it goes by weight too. Sometimes, yeah. But putting the weight per item helps, doesn't it? If you're using the flat rate box and you can fit 8 of them in there, the weight doesn't technically matter. If it's not over 70 pounds, in this flat rate box, it can go up to 70 pounds in the flat rate one. In the big one, it can only go up to 5 pounds, including the box, Josh. Hey, Zade's Crazy Deals. Hi. So Josh, do you understand the difference where in a flat rate can go up to 70 pounds, but a regular priority cannot go over 5? Yeah, just all right, set your profiles like I was just showing. Set your profiles to however many can fit in the box of whatever you're selling. Then that'll be the limit. And you know, just tell it you still can tell it the weight, because if the first one does not weigh 1 pound, including the box, then then it's going to give you a ground label for that first one if they don't buy anything else. And if you're willing to take the chance that it's not going to weigh over that pound, then do it that way. That's fine. I'm not willing to take that chance anymore. And let's see who gets caffeinated. Trendy vibes. You're getting caffeinated. Um, Congratulations. Starbucks gift card coming your way. Okay, I'm not sure how to set whether it can fit in the box. Well, you take the box and you go grab your stuff back there and you put it in the box and count them. And always count a little bit shy. Okay, I got to run this Amazon card now. My conscience is typing, you guys. See that? Isn't that cool? Wait. Okay. Where'd it go? Okay, we have a $10 gift card from Amazon running now. That's a gift from Dream Deal. And hang on, I got it. It was so simple to my brain. Dream Deal, did you want to co-host? Thanks for the heart, retail bestie. Much appreciated. I'm not very good at doing that with my fingers. They've been broken too many times. I admire people that can do it. Close close deals. Can you use the flat rate for 921? I guess I don't know what you mean. Can I use the flat rate? The flat rate is 921. Yes, you can choose the flat rate when you're doing your profiles, your shipping profiles. Another thing that you can do. I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. If you guys, well, that's running. I'm going to try. That didn't work. Hold on. You can use the flat rate box from USPS. You just have to set it in the shipping profile. I'm going to do something on my computer here. If you bear with me a second, I want to try and show you guys something. I'm going to go to one of my shipments. I have to be careful not to show you any of the details of the shipment. So give me a second to get this where we can see things. Okay. We're going for a little trip here. And so shipping up as flat rate shipping and how many items will fit in it and charge. Yeah, I like that idea, Josh. It doesn't always work that way, but I try. So I'm going to switch this around here. So when you're in your shipping, that little edit tab right there in your shipping, I got to cover the name up. Somebody bought this. I'm going to cover the name up. There's the dimensions for the envelope. So I'm going to go to this little edit tab here. And when I push this edit tab, now it gives me an option. I'm getting that giveaway, guys. A minute and 50 seconds left. It gives me an option to toggle on or off flat rate shipping. And when I toggle it on or off, this is after the product has been purchased, I can toggle it on or off and choose a flat rate box. Now, because this one was set up as a card, that would cost me a lot of money if I did that. I can't do that. This is the envelope dimensions, so that's what it's going to do in 1 ounce. And it's I don't have any adjustments left for this week, so you can tell I've had a rough week. I can save that, and then that will get me a regular stamp. Okay. Oh, I need to turn this back around for a minute. I want to show us. Um, let's see. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, Kate, but I bet it's good. Let's say going for a trip on a rocket ship. Yeah, baby. That's definitely the case. So now I'm going to go to a different area. I hope you guys don't mind me bouncing over to another thing here to show you what are adjustments. Adjustments are what you run out of way too soon if you don't know how to properly bundle shipments. Sorry. I did it to myself. I knew that was going to happen. It's a long story, but if you accidentally need to use a ground box because something was too big and doesn't fit in the priority box, there'll be a little extra charge for shipping. 5 times a week, it resets on Sunday night. It'll let you change it for free. But if you make a habit of it, then they're going to possibly say, yeah, what do you think you're doing? So yeah, we don't want to do that. But I'm going to go into one of my sports shirts. I think I can find, let's see, I got to push all Oh, this is so much fun. Hey, grumpy old vet. You be let's see who wins this. Who's gonna get the $10? Oh my business. Congratulations. $10 Amazon card. So we do the printed ones. So I can't open this and show you the inside because then you'd have the code. And so would everybody else. So we won't do that. Congratulations. And where's that one? Hold on. I saw a vet something name. Grumpy old vet. Um, I have a hat that I can't find. I got it when I was driving truck over the road and it says dysfunctional vet, leave me alone. So I'm thinking you and I would get along pretty good. Oh my gosh. Um, yep. Another sponsored Starbucks. All right. Let me see where we're at with that. Um, Well, actually, Goliath, let me. Does the person who did the other Starbucks want to co-host? Who is it? Jen's Treasure Trove. Did you want to co-host, Jen? Closed deals? No, not necessarily. You can change it. So, well, Goliath, hold that thought. I want to run that gift card for her, but I need to know if she wants to co-host. But I want to finish this thought on this. Somebody just asked me $5 for 921 on the label, and that's not exactly how it works. So I'm going to open one up here if I can get to a good one. Here's a good one. Um, I can't show any of those details. Okay, so this fit in a flat rate medium box. I had selected large, but I managed to fit it in a medium because they didn't have enough purchases. So I set it to 5 pounds, and then when you go to edit shipment, you can toggle that and change it to which box. You put the dimensions in roughly, but it disregards the dimensions when you're using flat rate, and it disregards the 5 pounds on flat rate, and it didn't charge me anything extra. I'm not going to update to a new label. So now I got to turn that back off for a second, and then I'm going to show you something else. Bear with me. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to push print label. I got to get it where you guys can see only the part I need you to see. Um, so then it comes out and you can see it says medium flat rate there, medium flat rate. If you don't change it to flat rate, then what happens is if you don't change it to flat rate, then you get one that says about 5 pounds if you set it at 5 pounds. So that's how that works. You're welcome. He was asking if you wanted to co-host as well. I'm going to run that Givey right now, and then does Jen want to co-host? That Givey is running. Thank you for sponsoring. There you are, Jen's Treasure Trove. Did you want to co-host? You find a one-on-one? Listen, I probably need one myself. Hmm. But did you guys see how you can hit that edit button at the bottom of when you're on the shipping area? You can hit that edit button, and then when you're on the edit button, you can change the things that you need to change. You can ask questions on co-host, no money needed, right? Need visuals. I don't know that you need to have any cushion money needed. I mean, hopefully you don't get cooked that bad. Mommy of Five is asking to co-host. I sent the invite. A flat rate label can only go on a flat rate box. Period. Stop. If it doesn't say flat rate and you put a flat rate label on it, you risk having a problem with the post office.
I'm sorry, I wasn't asking a co-host, but hi.
Well, there you are. So now you're there.
No, the shipping is a headache. So,
No,
uh,
the shipping ain't a headache. The shipping is 2 or 3 headaches. But it
so
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
I was saying that. So I did my first show, and um, the lady, as she kept purchasing every time, it just cost her 9 something for shipping, 9 something for shipping. So, I mean, to fix it, I just reached out to Whatnot, and they just fixed it for me. I was trying to see how to fix it, but I heard you say you go to the um what is it? Do a shipping uh
Yeah, so
profile.
you need to do the profile first. Let me just clarify right off of Jump Street.
Okay.
Once the customer paid shipping,
Okay.
get it. Whatnot's policy is they don't refund shipping. So if you made some mistakes and that was your first show, that was probably your one time grace, and then they helped you fix it with your customers. But generally speaking, they don't usually refund shipping. So you want to make profiles so that everything gets bundled properly, so they don't pay that much in shipping. And it's okay when when you're in your sale. By the time you get to your second or third item, especially if the same person's getting it, say, hey, what's being displayed for shipping? Is it coming across right? And if it's not, then you can stop and make a quick change to fix that.
Okay. And then also on the shipping profile, I put how much I can bundle in one box, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see that when I showed it on the screen earlier?
Maybe I'm not sure.
And Katie did. I'm not sure if you can change it in the middle of a show. Um, I did change one and it did work, but I had to go to my tablet and change the profile in my tablet, and then I had to go back into the item and change the shipping profile in the item back to the same one again that I had fixed. So it took a little finagling, and it seemed to have worked. But yeah, on the edit item,
Okay.
there's somewhere in all the information I read that when you're in the middle of a show, it won't change. I tried it and it worked for me, but I can't say it'll work for you. So we want to try and get it right before you start the show. Um, and and if you're definitely getting cooked on shipping, it's okay to end your show and say, I don't know what went wrong. I got to fix this app, you guys. I'll get another show up. Come see me at another day because, it's
Well,
not
that's
working right.
exactly what I did. So
I've
I,
done it.
I ended the show and I was trying to fix it and see what, but all I can do is reach out to Whatnot. So I'm trying. I'm gonna get there. But
That's all we
thank
can do.
you.
One day at a time. And we really do all do better when we all do better. If you're not sure, look for somebody to reach out to say, hey, what's up with this? Or, here's what I did. Does it look like it'll work? And after a little bit, it'll just become second nature. You'll know to put it on. It's like it's like the other thing you should do as a new seller. The Once you open your show and before you start, hold on, we got to see who gets this coffee. Is this coffee? Yeah, coffee. Katie did 415. Look at that. Katie did.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Katie. Um, as a new seller, one thing that I recommend, even if you're not a new seller, when you open your show and before you push go live, there's 3 little dots. Touch those 3 little dots, and there's a place where it says verified buyers on. It'll say off until you turn it on, and you got to do it for every show. Always turn on verified buyers. And that's just the way to do it.
Okay, I got you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You're most welcome. You can feel free to message if you need to, and hopefully you stay in those raids and you keep on growing.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming on.
You as well. Bye bye.
Now,
Okay.
if I can't get it to go, here we go. Oh, she manages a Starbucks. Should I just let's see, the medium flat rate commercial is so closed deals. Hold on just a second. I did. I yeeted you. That was the try. I tried. As far as the that Starbucks givey, um, should I just stack it with the next one or rerun it? It's what do you think there, Goliath? I don't actually don't have another sponsor up there right now. Just run another one since she's blessed it. There we go. That's a great idea. Yeah, and then pin that up. Okay, Starbucks. Another Starbucks is almost coming. Here we go. All right. Starbucks, $5 Starbucks card is why should we turn on verified buyers? So you don't get cooked by a troll. And even with verified buyers turned on, sometimes trolls get verified. Yeah, I appreciate that, Katie did. That's awesome. Um, Hang on, I got to make myself a note. If I don't make myself a note, I won't know which to send to what. So verified buyers means that the person who's in your show has a credit card that was verified by Whatnot, so that they know that they're pretty much real people. It's just a great habit to get into. Always turn on verified buyers. I watched a pallet show that somebody did the first time around, and I think the first two that got sold were trolls because they didn't go through. So now everything that this person was trying to do just got turned upside down, and then they're miserable having to try and figure out if they're rerunning it or what they're doing. I will show you in the app, and it's harder to see on here with my white background, but there's the three dots up here. The three dots when you open the show right there, and see that big old verified buyers right there at the top of the heap staring at you, and it'll say off until you turn it on. So before you start the show, as soon as you open it, and if you forget, as soon as you open that, do it then. If you forgot, still do it. Always turn on verified buyers. It just helps keep things a little bit safe for everybody because there are occasionally some nefarious characters that really don't care about our well-being for each show. Yep, not a general setting for each show. Now I got to back up to this other question. Do 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 do. Where did it go? Close deals. Did the medium flat rate for commercial is 1665? Why would the USPS? So it's called a contract. It's called contract pricing. Whatnot has negotiated a fixed price for a certain amount of product because of a certain amount of volume, and the post office said, "Yep, let's do it." And that's why you can get any size flat rate box for $9.21 to the customer. It's not anything that any other large company doesn't do. Amazon has negotiated amazing prices with the post office for a long time. So if we have all shows scheduled, can we do it as we are setting the shows up? I do. I try and click it right as I'm setting them up and then change it to verified buyers. But I've always had to do it for each show. So I don't know why. Maybe that's one of the things they want to fix when they're not giving us bloops anymore. They said they want to make other things better. So we'll see. Hopefully they get that fixed so it's just automatically verified buyers. I guess I can see some reason for allowing non-verified buyers, to maybe entice people to get verified and come in and stay and shop. But yeah, I don't know. If someone bought a gift for non-verified buyer, how do we? I don't know what you mean. The app's going to tell you where to send it, and you have to ship wherever the app tells you to ship it to. If they send you a message saying something is crazy, or they want to change something, then you need to immediately message Whatnot support and say, "Hey, this customer is asking me to do something different. Go pick up and do your own freight. You are not allowed to do your own freight. Not even the pallet sellers can do their own freight. That's not going to happen. You are allowed to do local pickup. It has to be turned on before you start your show, and the customer has to have chosen local pickup before they bid. Once shipping is charged, you have to ship it. If you don't ship it, you're going to have a problem with Whatnot. If you ship an empty box, the post office will report to Whatnot through the app that this was an empty box. So there again, you need to pretty much ship it. Yeah, if there's shipping on it, you got to ship it. Even like so these bloops, no, not so much the bloops, but the gift cards where somebody does a sponsor. Anybody who sponsors something and I give away that gift card for it, the person who sponsored it is going to get some stickers or something like that in the mail from me because something has to ship. If it's Zoo, congratulations, a Starbucks gift card courtesy of Katie did 415 coming your way for $5. Oh, my lunch is talking back. Sorry, guys. Um, I was wondering, I see it happening. I mean, when you say you see it happening, you see somebody using their own shipping. As I can think of one big seller that recently got permanently banned from the app doing their own shipping. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. I don't, it's not recommended. It specifically says in the app, all shipping goes through the app. Local pickup is allowed. The app allows it. And that means somebody's coming to pick it up. You know, if somebody sends their cousin from down the street to pick something up on their behalf and they have their pickup code, that works for me. They got to have that pickup code to pick it up. Make sure that they're who they're supposed to be, and away it goes. What they do with it after that, I could care less. I'm providing what I'm supposed to. They're picking it up at my front door, or I'm shipping it. That's where that's at. Yeah, even pallet sales. The sellers who do pallets have to ship through Whatnot, and it has to be free shipping to the customer. We have learned in the past 24 hours that shipping pallets through Whatnot shipping service is not cheap. They do have an LTL, but it's costly. So that cost has to be built into the price of the pallet. And that's a whole nother show. And I'm not the guy going to do that show. I'm pretty sure Mid City Liquidations is going to do that show eventually here in the not too distant future. They'll probably combine it with pallet sales. Um, if you think you want to be a pallet seller on Whatnot, you will want to talk to Med City Liquidation first because it's probably not something you're going to want to get into until you have really deep pockets. It's very, very risky with shipping. Yeah, closed deals. I know he did it today, but hey, mommy at 5, thank you. I will get that running. Um, let me get that Givey running. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. I talked to Mike before the show started, and I watched as much as I could. I have a brick and mortar too, but I don't know if any of you that saw that. He did not make money on any of those pallets, and he knew that was going to happen. He's doing it as a service to the community. That's not his primary business. Whatnot said, "Hey, will you do this and help us refine it?" So he did it. So as far as pallets go, it is difficult to factor in shipping on a pallet when you don't know where it's going, and so that's kind of a tough deal. Lynn Dub, didn't you get a pallet from him today? Was that you? Did I see you win a pallet today? I don't remember. Oh, I thought I saw. I knew I saw you in there. I couldn't remember if you bought one or not. There were a few people that I recognized in there, and a couple of them bought. Yeah. So, but you remember all the chat about what it would cost to what it costs to ship versus what it costs to buy and all that. I mean, Jen's treasures trove phone died. I'm sorry. There are a few people here that were in that show. It. You have to listen to the whole show. So anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I'm going down a rabbit hole that I should stay out of. Yep, free shipping to the customer, but somebody pays for it, and it's the seller, and that's how that works. Hey, time is your blessing. Time is my blessing. Welcome in. I love that name. Does anybody else have any more shipping questions about being a regular seller? Or is there a question I might have missed? If there is, rerun it with the question mark. Yeah, right. It's not cheap. No. But that's who Mike and Heidi are. I mean, that's what they do, and that's who they're always going to be. And more once I do my first show. Almost ready. Just need the printer. Yeah, printer and scale is an important thing. Yep, absolutely. I mean, technically, you could get by without the scale if you use the flat rate box and it fits in the flat rate box. But you have to make sure that it fits. So as long as it fits inside a flat rate box and you use the flat rate box, you technically don't need the scale. However, I think they're a handy thing to have anyway. Um, yep. Let's see. Can you show again where on custom profiles is the number of items? Oh, sure. I don't mind doing that at all. It's the one where I forget to change it for my own stuff once in a while, and then I'm a cross-eyed bear trying to figure it out. I've been on the phone with Goliath, and he's been had to chuckle at me for that. So when you do your custom profile, this green toggle here will be off. You toggle that green toggle on, set the maximum number, and then below that, the box pops up, and that's where you set the maximum number. If you want to ship one item per bundle, you change it to one, and that's what it's going to do. Everyone's going to get their own shipping label. You better be selling something that's worth it, because otherwise people aren't going to buy from you. And you're most welcome, Katie did. Grumpy old vet. Let's see how you get to that screen. Oh, well, there's that. Okay. So when you're in your shipping profiles here, again, do you not have tips on? I do have tips on. It's, hang on. Yeah, I always have tips on, but sometimes you have to go up on the top by the name and click it because they changed something. I don't know how that works, but other people have tipped. I had the same question. Okay, so how do you get there? Do you guys know how to get to this screen where you choose your stuff? Holy cow, Katie did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And 50 seconds left on that Starbucks giveaway. Okay, if you can get to this screen, 45 seconds on that Starbucks, get to the screen, and then you go down to shipping profiles down here. You open that, then you can create. It's if you're on an iPhone, it's different. I'm using my Android to show you, which is frustrating me to no end. Push the plus, and you can create the whole profile. But we're going to take one. We'll take light clothes. I've already got it created, and open that. This toggle switch will be off, so it will look. Hang on. It will look like that, and set fixed weight will be off. I always turn them on, and I always set them. And you want it set at 8, and it came back up to 8. Now I missed a bunch of things I got to read here. 1 second. Who's getting caffeinated? Who's getting caffeinated on Mystery Deals and our sponsor? Which shit. Time is my blessing. Why don't I see the sponsor for this card up here? Uh-oh. Did I lose my mod? Somebody, you can give me a kick upside the head. Oh, this was the rerun? No, this wasn't the rerun. Oh, hold on. This wasn't the rerun. Hold on. I owe somebody a pin. Just a minute. I shall figure it out. I will. Yes, I will. Well, it's not showing me. Hold on. That was the closed deal. Hold on. Grace Gallery Shop. I don't understand that. Oh, scared and shy? Oh, no. Hold on a second. Katie did. Yeah, I can't. Somebody, I owe a post up for this. I saw it come up and I didn't know that Goliath was gone. And so it didn't get in there and I can't find it. I can't find it in my list. Just a minute, you guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I did that. I went to Sold Tab. I did. Honest. I'm doing it again just because I'm old and busted. Okay. Okay, mommy. It looks like mommy of 5. All right. Yep, mommy of 5. So I need to pin and announce at mommy. Hope I got the right one. Here we go. All right. I'm sorry I missed that pin. I thought I had somebody modding and I just blew it off. Like and follow mommy of 5. She gave away that last Starbucks card that went to Time is My Blessing. Thank you guys. Sorry about that, mommy of 5. Hopefully it stays up there. Do you need help with a mod? Are you offering? Boom. There you go. Thank you. Yes, set 6 as the limit. If 7 could screw you up, then I would set 6 as the limit. Absolutely. Yeah. I we can't afford to be giving it away. I mean, we have to make some money at this. Otherwise, we're going to fail, and we can't fail. Failure is not an option. Um, let's see. I had something before all this started. I was scared and shy. Grace Gallery Shop. Are you still here? Did you want to co-host for a couple minutes here? Okie dokie. I'm going to send you the message. You can do this. Mommy 5. Oh, Grace Gallery is your mother-in-law? Yeah, everybody's friends here. If anybody's not friends, then whoever's modding will boot them. They will get the old heave ho. You have to accept that invitation to co-host. Did you get it? Ta-da!
Press
Hi. Oh, she yeeted herself. Should I try? I'll try one more time. What the heck happened here? Try that one more time.
settings.
That is
Hi, you
okay.
there?
Say yes. We
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay.
Mommy of 5, are you there helping? You still there?
There you go.
Oh, look, there you are. Look at that beautiful smile. You ain't got nothing to be worried about. Come on now. There's nothing but friends here.
Okay.
Nothing but friends here. Let's get Wild Thrift. Thanks for pinning her up. So Grace Gallery Shop is that I've missed part of what you were saying. You have 2 different shops on Whatnot?
No, only
Or
one.
only one shop,
Yes.
but you didn't go live yet?
No.
Ah, what kind of things do you sell?
I have
Or do you want to sell?
dresses, dresses and African baskets.
Yeah?
We handmade baskets and
Handmade?
dresses. Yes, please.
Where in Africa?
Burkina Faso.
I don't know where's that. What is that
It's not.
west?
Yes, it's west. It's not far from. We are borders with Ghana, Mali, and Togo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I had some friends from Ghana. I will
Okay.
bet that you and I liked some of the same things because
Okay.
I cannot walk past a bowl of pepper soup without stopping.
Okay.
I need my pepper soup.
Oh yes.
Yep, and until you've had a little bit of fufu and some peanut
so
butter soup.
so
Oh,
so you know Ghana, yes.
I do.
So where were
I
you in Kumasi or Accra?
no, I was not. I have friends from there. I was in Egypt for a year and a half, so
Okay.
the other side of the world. But I have
Okay.
friends in here in the States that were from Ghana, and they
Ah,
used to feed
okay.
me all the time because they were so impressed that some white guy in Minnesota liked their pepper soup with habanero.
Yeah, and also the peanut butter sauce is very good.
Very good. Yeah, people
Yeah.
don't know. People
Yes.
don't know. It is
And yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
With
And,
meat or fish.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I like it. They taught me about goat as well, but I better not say that on here. Some people might not like it. Huh?
The goat is good and the lamb too.
It's sweet.
Yes.
It's sweet. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A different culture. Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
Katie did. You don't want to eat the peppers. Katie did says she can't eat the peppers. I can take and put like about 1/4 of habanero pepper in my soup, and
Okay.
and then it's and then it's mine because my wife won't eat it either.
Yeah, and then do you like the jollof rice?
I love jollof rice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, so you are a Ghanaian.
Almost. I do.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so glad you came on live. I think
Okay.
that
Thank
you will
you.
do wonderful. You will do wonderful to do your show. If
Okay.
you do you follow Goliath Raiders? Do you go on raids with us?
No.
Mommy of five, do you know who Gala is?
Oh, she's in her shop.
Oh,
That's
that's
me.
okay. You don't have to go get her. I'll tell you.
Okay. Okay. Miss K. K, are you here?
Can
He said, "Do you know
Yes, I'm a raider, of
Yeah,
course.
so get her following with the Raiders, and then when it's time for her to go live, she needs to go live with you there, so then we can have her raid and you can help her so she doesn't get overwhelmed. Because if she has handmade African baskets, I think there's a market for her here. She just has to be able to discover it, and to discover it, we all work together. We all do better when we all do better. So, with a little bit of help from you, and then getting some people ready to her to get her name out there, she could do
I
well. Especially hand.
I've been trying to help her. Like she have like this a handmade basket. I got something inside, so I can't show the inside.
Okay,
But that's the handmade
I don't want to
basket.
know.
Oh no, it's just socks.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh, I'm gonna say.
I've been showing her, I've been teaching her. I told her to come live. I was very nervous the first time I went live. Like you see, let me see. Like I have a ton of stuff. Like wait, watch back.
Nice.
I have a ton of things, but I be telling her
Hmm?
to come live. She say no, I'm gonna come.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. I think you should get it. Make sure she gets in the raids as well.
Okay.
And I gotta look here. Did somebody
See,
do another Starbucks card?
they say those are
Hold on a
beautiful.
second.
Those are
They
amazing.
are.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Thank you. So I'm
Um,
gonna help her get. I've showed her who Goliath was. Gonna help her to get in the raids and everything.
yeah, that's an awesome idea. I'm just trying to check something real quick here. If you bear with me, man. I think
No problem. Time is
well,
a
I don't know. It
blessing.
looked like there was another.
Starbucks next.
Huh?
Time is a blessing. The Starbucks card next. Time is a blessing.
Okay, time is blessing. So get the Starbucks running. See, thanks for helping.
No
See,
problem.
we really do all do better when we all do better. It's a fact. We all do better when we all do better. Time is a blessing. If we could get them pinned up, that would be great. Let's get Wild Thrift. Stop
Okay.
myself from
Put these two.
registering for the Starbucks. That's
The
hilarious.
basket I made
Hold
in
on,
Ghana.
he was doing something. This good.
Oh, time is a blessing. Won the Starbucks. Oh well, we ran another one, so I don't know if anybody sponsored it or not, but I just ran another one. So there you go, guys. Oops. If I'm gonna make an error, I would rather error and run an extra one than miss one for somebody. So if somebody didn't get pinned up, let me know, and we'll pin them up. And as far as what do we got going on here with Grace Gallery Shop? It's been a pleasure to meet you, young lady.
Thank
That is
you.
beautiful baskets. I think it would do you well to
Yeah.
just start your show and do your show. Even if
Yes.
you just do a show for 30 minutes and just tell people about what you're selling for whoever shows up. If you only get a few people, but
Okay,
one
thank
by one
you.
by one. It's like
Okay.
everything you learned to this point, one by one by one, little by little we do it. And that's the
Okay.
only way.
Thank
Thank
you.
Everybody
you.
will be happy. And you have an infectious smile. That's
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you for
Thank you.
co-hosting with me.
Thank you.
Much now, if I can figure out how to undo this, I'm not good at it.
Thank her.
I'm trying. I push a button and it don't go. Ah,
I think you can eat yourself.
yeah. Can you do it? It doesn't. Yay! Thank you. I couldn't make it go. Oh goodness. But thank you for coming in. That was very nice. I hope you do get a show going. Those baskets are beautiful. Grace Gallery Shop. You guys like and follow her, and hopefully she comes on soon with some goodies for everybody. And that Starbucks, there's 3 minutes left on it. That one did not have a sponsor, so now it's running on mystery deals. Oh, you're back. Ah, how did that happen? Let me try it again. I did it. Okay, we finally got it right. That was fun. Oh my goodness. All right. How we do? Yeah, all the laughs in there. Does anybody else have any shipping questions you want me to try and tackle while that gift card is running? I will give it my best. Peekaboo. Yeah, right. As you can see, there are many different shapes and sizes of priority boxes. If you have a bunch of packages, you just drop them off at the post office. You can. Um, I would encourage you to make sure your post office scans each one when you drop it off. If you're shipping priority, you can make an account. It's free to make an account on the USPS website. And because you're shipping priority, then you can order a pickup, and the post office during your regular delivery should come and pick them up. If you have more than fits in the truck during regular delivery, that's not your problem. They should send another truck to get it. That's the Postal Service rules, not mine. It's in their terms and conditions. It's advertised on their website. And every once in a while, you have to call the postmaster and remind them that they do that, but do it politely. You want to make friends, not enemies. That's kind of the way that works out. They will come and get the stuff, that's for sure. My little lady, I could not do that to her. Let me tell you, you know, they have other people besides just your little lady. I need to check if they pick up from apartments. That's a good one. I can't answer that one. Let's get Wild Thrift. I don't know the answer to that. Look at me. I'll hope I'm actually going to have some sales. Yeah, I hope you are too. I think I got you followed. You'll do fine. It's, we all just have to get in there and do it. You don't have your first show book. Kate, you don't have your first show up, and so nobody can bookmark it. You got to put one up so we can get in there and bookmark you. We can follow you. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll do that tonight. I was waiting until I had everything set. Yeah, and like I said, if you've got a printer, a label printer, you don't need the scale if you're using all flat rate. That's just the way that goes. My treasures to find, you're most welcome. Glad it was helpful. You guys are welcome. We got 12 seconds left on that giveaway. 10 seconds. Get in that Starbucks giveaway if you like coffee. Let's see. I need to get the printer. Oh, one of the $80 ones. But that's what I have is one of the, well, a little less than $80. And who's getting that Starbucks? Let's get Wild Thrift. Look at that. You got the Starbucks. Congratulations. That's awesome. Um, I mean, the printer doesn't have to be anything too terribly fancy. It has to fit be able to take the 4x6 labels. You can actually get one at Walmart if you have to. I think they still have them, and the boxes of labels. My rolls didn't show up, so I'm using boxes of 4x6 thermal core from Walmart right at the moment. They do this yesterday. Yep, and like I said, just use the flat rate. Then you don't have to worry about it as long as it fits. If it doesn't fit in the flat rate box, don't sell it till you have a scale. Don't get yourself in that one. Creating the bless the chat in my inventory now, and I just set up a printer. Awesome. All right. If we don't have, let's see, so far everything I have will fit in one of the boxes. There you go. Then don't wait for the scale. Sell, sell, sell. Make that money. The sooner you get started, the sooner you grow. If you wait, it ain't never going to change. Yeah, it is never going to change. You got to get up and do it. And it was the same for me. I had to just get up and do it. I waited a long time, and that really bit me in the arse. I should not have waited. But I'm not waiting now. We're doing it. Box from the post office. I can't believe they delivered one single. Yeah, that could be silly. Make sure you didn't just accidentally order one single box. Then you might not have any more coming. And you can go to several post offices if you need to get priority supplies because one post office won't have enough for everything. Various sizes. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Well, we're getting rated with a party of 5, and I'm about to raid out. Do we have any more questions? Create a master list and make sure they scan. Well, okay, we'll address that real quick. My treasures to find. Okay. Here, let me open up my thing here. I'm going to open up my computer again. I want to show you guys something quick on the master list because this is important. It's called a scan sheet. You create a scan sheet. So let me get this open where we can show you just the scan sheet. And now I'm gonna take you on a little walk here. All right, I gotta be careful I don't show you details. Okay, so there's the spot where it says generate scan sheet. When you push that button, it will generate the scan sheet that affects the entire show. Don't push that button until you have all the shipping done for that show. So I'm going to get back up here now. When you have all of the shipping done for the show, then you push the sheet and then you push view. A view will show up under it. And when view shows up under it, then you print it out and you can take it to the post office or give it to the mailman. If you use the scan sheet, the post office has to have their scanner set at just scan a barcode, not scan received. Then it will receive all of that in. If it's not scanned at just scan a barcode, it will not receive it all in. Also, that affects the whole show. So if you go past midnight while you're packaging, now you can't use a scan sheet anymore. You can only scan it if it's all the labels are printed in the same day and you print that scan sheet the same day. Any other time, your mailman is going to have to scan each box and you will want to hear the scanner go beep every time. If you hear the scanner not beep, if it makes that noise, they need to rescan that package. You have to get a scan. That's what Whatnot looks at to see if you shipped. You can only have not scanned so many times, and then you're going to risk having problems with Whatnot. And we don't want to have those problems. If your post office gives you a hard time about not scanning it, you need to talk to them about what you can do to get your scan that you are entitled to for your shipments. You are entitled to a receipt scan. That being said, make sure you read the details on how to do the scan sheet. When you push the button, it will tell you this is going to affect the whole show's shipping. Read the details. And some of the post offices don't know they have to set it to scan a barcode rather than receive packages. So you got to get that right. Our postmaster came and explained that all to me. So, any other questions out here from anybody else? Yeah, I Grumpy Old Vet. I haven't tried that. I've heard that that can work. Usually when I go, they have me going to the back door because I have a minivan full or a pickup truck full. So yeah, yeah, okay, so that works. That's good to know. Our post office where I'm at doesn't have that. So you just take all your boxes to the post office and stand at the regular line or somewhere special. Yeah, for me, I walk into the counter and they look at me and they go, "Uh-oh," and and they say they'll send somebody to the back door. That's how it works for me most of the time. Um, I do a smaller, yeah, as a smaller seller, yeah. Then it's well, today I only had I had what, 6 things to mail, 3 that had barcodes and 3 that were regular mail. So I walked in and they looked kind of scared because I was standing there with 3 things, and I was like, "No, I just did a little tiny sale this morning. It's all good." And they gave me the receipt. But if you have piles, you want to get there before like 2 o'clock so they have enough people to get you through the back door. And as you take them off your vehicle and put them on their dock, they should be scanning it at the same time. So when they say, "Well, we can't scan it," well, you hand it to them and they have the scanner. Hand it, scan, they take. Hand it, scan, they take. That's the way you need to do it. They still don't like me always, but I usually do under 20. Yeah, I understand. I mean, some of them, you're asking people to do their job. They haven't had to do a tough job for a while because they haven't had you as a customer. Now you're a customer. Maybe bring them a Starbucks card. I don't know. Um, Goliath had a whole deal with his local post office. He finally got it worked out. I think it involved pizza. Try and make friends with them. Let them know, hey, this is my new livelihood. Point out that all these priority boxes, even though they're 921 boxes, it makes their little post office show higher revenue. And so anytime their little post office can show higher revenue, it's a good thing for their post office. That it's just like food cost in a restaurant. They're getting more revenue for the work they're doing. So that's a good thing. You just have to let it, work hard to point it out. Cologne and perfume today, he gave them. Yeah, that's nice. Make sure if you're shipping cologne and perfume, it's going ground for hazmat with an H on the label. Don't want that problem. Do we have any other questions that we need to deal with? I should make sure we didn't get any other sponsors that I missed. Let's see. Just give me a second to just make sure I didn't miss anything. Those of you that blooped, thank you so much for the bloops. All right, it doesn't look like I missed anything. Oh, thank you for checking. All right, if that's all we got, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Are we good with that? Or do you have anybody that really? Thank you. You're most welcome. Absolute first choice. Here we are. We just got done. Welcome to the party. Do you have any shipping questions before I get out of here? And this is one of my regular customers, you guys. I don't dare let her walk in and then automatically go raid somebody. I got to see if she came for some info or just to say hi. No, it shouldn't, but that's the way it is. And until they figure out a better way to do the app, that's the way it's going to be. Any other questions from anybody before we get right out of here? Well, it's looking like then I need to find somebody to raid. Closed deals, you're most welcome. All right, let's see what we got. We're going to see. Well, here, I told you guys about Med City earlier. I'm going to go ahead and raid into Med City. It looks like they're doing everyday electronics. So, or do you want to go to, oh, we got women's, yeah, let's raid into, nope, we're gonna raid into Just Like It's New. She's only got 19 people in there. Let's go say hi to Sheila, you guys. Everybody give some fire in the chat to Sheila. And well, my treasures to find, give her a couple minutes. Sheila's a great seller. Thank you all. Bye-bye.